friendly way to care for your lawn with Natural Lawn. Natural Lawn has been treating Minnesota lawns for more than 20 years with organic-based natural products that feed the soil without unnecessary chemicals. That means an envy-worthy, healthier lawn that's safer for your family and your furry friends. Natural Lawn has no contracts and is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So let Natural Lawn handle your lawn care so you can enjoy your lawn. More at naturalawn.com.
Hi, everyone. Listen to my show, The Matt McNeil Show, weekday afternoons at 3 p.m. on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota. Every day we talk about politics, celebrating the Democrats taking control of Minnesota, but we also talk about a lot of other things, too. Parenting, sports, the arts, music. If it affects you in Minnesota, we'll talk about it. Plus, we have a lot of regular guests giving you national and local insight on the issues affecting you. Weekday afternoons, it's The Matt McNeil Show, 3 to 5 p.m. on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
There are things that we experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in a corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us, share your story, share your evidence, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is Ghostbox Radio.
And this is Ghostbox Radio on AM 950, where every week we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, or just the unusual. My name is Greg Bakken, and thank you very much for joining me today. And, why don't we start off with the unusual? And that's the fact that this is the first time I think I've done a show in about a month. And boy, what a ride this has been. I'm going to be fully honest here, and that over the past 4 weeks, I had been pretty ill, and it's been I have to say, and I it's hard. I mean, a lot of you have been through this. This is COVID we're talking about. This is life changing. This is not like it's a flu or something. Some have. I understand that some people have come in and said, oh yeah, no, it's just like flu symptoms or whatever else. And all I can say to you is it's good for you. You got out lucky. This was definitely something that I do not ever want to experience again. And the fact of the matter is that I had 2 other friends who experienced COVID for the first time at the exact time that I did. They didn't catch it from me, but their reaction as well is really a testament to how darn scary this thing is too. And please know, folks, I'm not trying to turn this into any sort of political thing. It's not about vaccines. It's what you do. You be what you want to be. Your choice on that is your choice alone. All I'm saying is that I found out how realistic this is. And Adam, I have to say, I mean, you and I talked a little bit before all of this. I mean, it's a lot. It's crazy.
It's a lot what the body has to go through. I unfortunately am one of those who got it even before the vaccines were around. I got it in like October of 2020. And I ended up spending like 18 days in my basement thinking I was about to perish.
Yeah. No. And you and I talked about this prior, that I truly thought that I was going to die, and this isn't like, oh, it's so bad, I'm going to die. No. I thought I was going to die, and I had other people who are in the metaphysical community who had started, and I'm not going to say who they are at this time because I don't know if that's appropriate or not. But what I will say is that I had a legion of supporters who started doing grids for me, doing prayers for me, doing stuff for me, and not even me asking for it, and having things just have things happen that was happening behind the scenes because people were who are in this field, feeling that things were not going well for me. And that's something that, first of all, at one point, if I get the permission to do so, I will thank all of you very publicly. But because I haven't done so, all I'm going to say is, you know who you are. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for being there for me, for checking in on me. There are people who've checked in on me who I've not responded to yet. I'm not out of the woods. I mean, I'm better. I'm much, 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 much better. I'll probably have to like, move away from the microphone and have a coughing fit or something. But honestly, it from even where I was last week is a phenomenal change. But I even ended up losing my job over it. I was fired. And I'm not going to say where I was working because it doesn't matter. But because I was gone for a week and a half, they thought it was too long, even though I was working from home and whatnot, and I got fired from my job. So there are things that are very realistic about this. And though it'd be like, oh my gosh, that's too bad. How horrible for you. The reality is I am incredibly grateful to be sitting here right now. I am incredibly grateful for all the support, the people checking in on me, the people who are doing the work behind the scenes, trying to help me get better. Appreciate, Adam. I always appreciate you, for everything. And, we're just here and being able to come in today and do the show is the celebratory lap for me, I think, today.
It really is. And even after COVID is done, you're not testing positive for it anymore. It takes a while for your body to recover, and it's that energy level that goes nowhere. It's at zero for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much this is going to finish me off today. I mean, and that's just the reality of it. And for all of us who are people who are always on the go, have lots going on, cool things happening, it's really tough to be like, well, it doesn't matter at the moment. And that's really tough. And I was mentioning today that I picked up my cat Linus for the first time in about a month. I haven't even picked him up.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't like set him to the side or anything, or I mean, I kept, I would pet him and stuff, but having those like little moments, grilling, which is one of my favorite things to do. I opened up Photoshop today, and that was pretty amazing. It's stuff like that. So I mean, it's definitely on the mend and getting better. Wow. It just when it started off as flu symptoms, and I never would have guessed where this would have taken in terms of the pain, the feeling of body like functions shutting down.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's worse than any flu I'd ever had before. And you're absolutely right. Even when I got it, first couple of days, like, I think I'm starting to come down with the flu.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Okay, let's get some Theraflu in me. Let's get some vitamin C in me. And let's see. No, by day 3, my eyes were watering. I could barely lift my head up off the pillow.
Yeah.
I look at my wife. I'm like, I think I got the Rona.
Rona.
So we went in, got tested. My test came back negative.
Okay.
After 3 days.
Okay.
And I walk up the basement stairs because I just isolated myself in the basement, walked up the stairs. My wife took one look at me. She's like, turn around. Just go back down there.
You live down there now.
I did for 18 days. So my wife was a single parent for 18 days while I was in the basement feeling like you're right. You feel like you're about to die. Like there are internal organs shutting down.
Yeah.
Which is why from that moment forward, even though it was October and very cold in my basement, I decided to wear nothing but jorts and a hoodie because apparitions always seem to come back in whatever they died in or buried in. And I'm the most comfortable in jorts and hoodies. So that's why you see me all the time in jorts and hoodies, just in case I want to be comfortable for eternity.
No, I get it. And I'll tell you, and this is if this is getting too grim for people, I do apologize, but there was, and I'm very big on energy. I could feel energy. Boy, there was, as I told other people, a pallor of death in my house. And I've never experienced that before, where it literally is, my house looks like my house, but there's something hanging in there just waiting.
Oh God, yes.
And it was horrible. It was waiting, get out of my house. And it was there for about 3 days, just waiting for me. And I'm sorry, I can't even describe it with words about what that was, because I mean, first of all, I truly am not one of those people who are trying to be over dramatic about something. But boy, I've never felt anything like that. I've never experienced anything like it. It's like something was just waiting, like wants to get its foothold in. gross.
It is gross, and it is just the entire COVID thing is a horrible, horrible feeling to have, because you are 1,000% right. I even felt like it's like, okay, maybe my time is up. There are moments I couldn't catch my breath from a coughing fit where it's like, oh, okay, it's happening. This is how I go out, choking on my own mucus. I guess that's how it was written.
I was like, I'm not going to make it to 50. I really thought I was going to make it longer. And I mean, I know this is a great conversation, super uplifting for everybody, especially being back and whatnot. But honestly, it's just like, wow. Now, did you lose like taste and smell?
Yes. And when it finally came back, I still can't eat oranges or orange juice or anything. It completely changed the taste of a lot of citrusy things for me.
Oh,
it also changed the taste of one of my favorite condiments, and it's finally starting to come back to taste normal: barbecue sauce and ketchup.
So you're talking 3 years, basically.
Yeah.
Coming up in 3 years that you haven't had that ability.
Right.
Gosh. Now, I've been lucky. I've been very lucky. There isn't anything that, I mean, it wasn't even a lost taste. It turned rancid.
Yeah. And that's where the barbecue sauce and like the vitamin C and stuff, you put it in your mouth, it tastes like it's expired. It tastes horrible.
Yep. And it was really weird too, because like like being early May, all these beautiful flowers are coming up, and the smell of that was like disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is happening? And the smell of oranges. Now, I'm lucky enough that coming back to it, I pretty much got everything back, like almost immediately.
Good.
Which is, I mean, and I've shared with Shar, because she was and thank you, Shar, being so instrumental in just, checking in on me and whatnot. And I greatly appreciate it. The fact that it was just when I started to eat food for the first time, it was pretty incredible. So, it was just like, wow, the flavors, holy cow. You know what we're going to do today, Adam? I don't have a guest per se, but I thought what we could do is we could just have some general conversations today about the paranormal, about, like some of the stuff that we've been experiencing on the shows, just what you've been watching. I know that you have an experience that I'd love to hear you share with us. So, and we're going to open it up to everyone else too, and we'll do that momentarily. So, we're gonna leave the sadness behind. I got it out of my system. I'm happy to be here, but why don't we do this? Let's take our first break. When we come back, let's just get into some paranormal chat and all of our general stuff. Let's have a good time. Let's have positivity. You're listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950.
Hey, it's Patrick. So much of what makes us a family takes place in our home. These walls provide an intimate space for all of the small moments that bring us together, and that bond grows stronger year after year. And like any other relationship, your home requires the same love and attention. This is why you should trust in the power of Zero Res to take care of your home. At Zero Res, we don't use harsh soaps or chemicals. ZR water is tough on stains and dirt while still safe for you and your family. So contact Zero Res today to clean your home, because a clean home is a healthy home. Just check out the 15,800 raving customer reviews online with a 4.9 Google rating. Visit ZeroResMinnesota.com to get 3 rooms of carpet Zero Resified starting at just $129, which is a savings of $40, and take $75 off an air duct cleaning. Make sure to mention you want the AM 950 special. Zero Res, backward or forward, spells the same.
Hey, Cudahy, this is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. On our show, we talk about Native issues like treaties, protecting Mother Earth, and holding our elected officials accountable. Weekly correspondents like Dr. Stately, State Senator Mary Kunish, Robert Lilligren, and Bob Blake update us with Native news that you won't hear anywhere else. Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Listen weeknights from 6 to 7 p.m. on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. MetamorphosisConnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit MetamorphosisConnections.com and sign up today.
Seward Co-op is now offering convenient self-serve and prepackaged hot options and salad bars at both the Franklin and Friendship stores. Breakfast items available daily until 11 a.m. and brunch served all day every Sunday. Their weekly lunch and dinner menus highlight cuisines from around the world. They offer vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free options daily. 95% of the ingredients used are organic from small-scale, local community food producers whenever possible. More at seward.coop.
And welcome back to Ghostbox Radio. My name is Greg Bach, and thank you very much for joining me today. We are just having a paranormal chat. We're going to be talking about a lot of just general stuff. And also, remember, folks, this is all about anything that you want to bring up as well. Feel free. I'd like all of our listeners to join into the conversation. To do so, if you have a question for the group, or if you want to pass along some information or whatever else, we're also going to be talking about what we're watching, what we're reading, all that good stuff. You can call in at 952-946-6205. That is 952-946-6205. You can send us a comment or question. The email address for the station is comment@am950radio.com, and we are live on AM 950 Radio, but also streaming video on the following Facebook pages. You can watch us on AM 950, Things Network, MN Ghostbox, Free Spirited Network, RU Media, Skeleton Key Network, and Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment. So please go there, support those pages. And I'm going to be checking those pages out as well so that we can see if any comments are coming through. But, let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what's going on. How are you doing? One of the things, Adam, I wanted to kind of start with, I don't know if you read at all, or if you read, I don't know if you read any paranormal books or anything or anything else. I mean, no shame if you don't, but I have a friend of mine who has taken our paranormal class, and he's a keen mind on all things. I think once he dives into something, he dives in 1,000,000,000%. And I'm not going to say who it is because I don't want to breach privacy or anything else, but he had asked me what are some good books to read. And like I said, I don't know if you ever partake in reading anything. I mean, it takes, it's an effort. It takes time, and you're a parent and stuff.
Actually, one of my favorite books, and the author actually escapes me right now. It's called Haunted Heartland. It was a book my mom actually sent up to me about 2006 or 2007-ish, when I started showing an interest in the paranormal field.
Okay.
And it's a lot of the ghost stories that take place in Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Waverly. That was the first place I ever heard of the Waverly Sanatorium. Nice. Was out of that book. She basically picked it up for me because we were on the phone one day, and I was living up here at this point. And I basically said, I wish I would have gotten into this earlier, because I always would have loved to have checked out the haunting of the covered bridge down in Crawfordsville, Indiana. They're supposed to be the werewolf of the Crawfordsville covered bridge down there.
Oh, how interesting.
And it's like, man, I really wish I would have, known about that years prior and things like that. And then she sends me up this book. Unfortunately, there isn't any Minnesota or Iowa or anything like that covered in it. But living in Illinois for a while, one of the houses that was talked about, I lived very close to there when I lived in Quincy, Illinois.
Okay.
There was also an episode of Paranormal State that took place at that house in Quincy, Illinois.
Got it.
And I literally lived about 3 blocks from that house. And I can tell you, when we would walk from the dorms to County Market, you would have to pass by that house if you want to walk on the highway. To walk on the sidewalks, you would have to go past that house. And leading up to that house, like the block before and the block after that house, it felt weird.
You could feel it.
And then a few years later, I'm watching Paranormal State, and there's the house. They show the outside of the house. Like, I know exactly where that's at. I thought something was weird.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. And it was supposed to be a demonic possession. You know, it's a TV show. We'll take it for what it's worth.
Yep.
But they did a 2-parter episode there. And yeah, they're demonic. I don't know. That's above my pay grade, if you will,
Sure.
or any of my expertise.
Sure.
But there was an odd, terrifying feeling when you would walk past that house during the day or at night. Don't matter. County Market was open 24/7. And as a college student, that was the only place you could buy pizza at 4 a.m. and not get a weird look.
Absolutely.
So, but walking past that house, you made sure you went to the other side of the street. We're in our, late teens, early 20s. And a couple of the guys that I'm walking with are big football dudes. And we're cutting across the other side of the street before we get to that house.
Absolutely. No, I get it. I totally get it. It's just weird when you can get those energy vibes just emanating from places like that. I remember one day I took a walk in a place called Amityville. No, I never did. But could you imagine? I have my question about it. Those are 2 books, actually, I am kind of reading at the moment. The first one, because we were trying to get him on, Rick Asuna, The Night the DeFeos Died, which is the story before what we know as the Amityville story. And this is hugely well researched, and there's a lot of information in it. I'm not through it quite yet, but this is definitely I just don't think you could take the story of Amityville at face value.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, that's a whole other topic to get into.
That's a 2-hour special.
That's a 2-hour special. That's an After Dark right there. And then the other one I'm reading is I bought. Let's be real. The real Amityville Horror, the true story behind the brutal DeFeo murders. This one is a little light, but doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, it just for people like me, it's probably much easier to read, to be super honest. But because we got to do something about a show, like you said, to do something about Amityville at some point. I also am reading, sent to me as a gift by a lady named Steph Enoch, A Bigfoot Story. I haven't started this yet. She says it's absolutely incredible. So I'm trying to get through this so that I can also bring in Autumn Williams if she wants to come on and talk about it, and kind of expand these so that maybe it's more than 1 hour of content. Like, I mean, it's like, how do you get through all this in an hour?
Yeah, no kidding. Especially something when it comes to Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever region you're in that it's called.
Absolutely.
That Sasquatch has always kind of been one of those to me that it's there. We will eventually get a Squatch on camera or the DNA
in a way that we could really take hold of it.
Right. Because I mean, think about it. Maybe 15 to 20% of the Earth's surface has actually been explored.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There are so many caves and valleys and inlets where anything can hide.
Yeah.
That's why I've always been a firm believer in the Bigfoot, Yeti, Abominable Snowman, Yowie, whatever you want to call it, skunk ape, Woodburger down in my region in Indiana, Kentucky. It's called the Woodburger down there.
Wood booger?
Booger. As in, snot.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, wood booger is what it's called.
I'm tracking over here. Well, and I've thought you said burger, and I'm hungry. So
I'm glad you have your appetite back, though.
Oh, I lost 20 some pounds. Now I've been gaining it back, so let's not be crazy about it. But I did stop the pop and some of the sugary stuff. Now, have you ever read any Hans Holzer books?
I've read excerpts, kind of like the Cliff Notes, if you will.
Sure.
But that's really all I've read. And it was a Dave Schrader show that actually got me into Hans Holzer.
Imagine that.
Yeah, Dave Schrader, my paranormal god, Dave Schrader, is the one who introduced me.
I have to say, and I'm not one to try to do this stuff, but I have to say, He reached out, wondered if I was okay. That was nice.
I love that man.
He's a very nice man. A very nice man.
He really is. And I've dug the shows that I've been on, and unlike some of the other paranormal hosts, if you will, and obviously I have all the respect in the world for you, Dave breaks it down.
He does.
And that's what I enjoy about listening or watching Dave Schrader. Very much like you, and I think you kind of took a lot from that.
Yeah.
You'll break it down to where it's like, oh, this happened, let's move on to the next. No, you this is why this show also appeals to me.
Well, and we don't do it quite as well as Dave does, but I mean, me, I should say.
We get that Discovery money, we will.
We're working on it. I'm working on it, Adam. So why don't we do this? Let's take another break. When we come back, I want to go through some of the Hans Holzer books that I've been going through, and then let's talk about your experience, Adam, and anyone else who has anything they want to share and talk about. You're more than welcome to come on. You're listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950.
2023 is here, and you can make it the year of the Eagle with the National Eagle Center. You and your family can enjoy exciting Eagle experiences, including field trips, private habitat tours, and exclusive behind-the-scenes tours. Meet live eagles up close, view bald eagles and golden eagles in the wild, and receive personal one-on-one education with dedicated and knowledgeable Eagle experts as you journey into the world of eagles like never before. Learn more and plan your unforgettable Eagle experience today at nationaleaglecenter.org/experiences.
Up your game both personally and professionally. The Dare to Be Great event is on May 20th at the Parkview Event Center at the Mall of America. It features 2 nationally known speakers, Jack Canfield, founder of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, and Michael Vukovic, author of The Mind, the Muscle, the Miracle. General admission tickets are $197 and VIP tickets are $297 and include lots of fun bonuses. Don't miss this amazing opportunity to learn from 2 gifted speakers and move your life from good to great. Get your tickets and details at outrageoussuccess.com. That's outrageoussuccess.com.
Hey, it's Tom. Fossil fuels continue to have negative impacts on our environment. Luckily, there are more ways now than ever to use renewable energy in your home or business. All Energy Solar offers smart energy solutions like custom solar paneling, electric vehicle chargers, and energy storage. Solar panel systems can last for decades, meaning you can help the environment and cut back on electric bills for years to come. There are incentives and rebates available to most people who install solar energy, too. Last year, the federal solar tax credit increased to a 30% tax credit. This incentive can be used in combination with other incentives from your utility, county, or city. But don't delay or miss out, as many of these incentives are limited to only a certain number of people. So have a professional from All Energy Solar help you discover how solar can power up your property while saving on your energy costs. Call 800-620-3370 or visit allenergysolar.com.
We know you'll love your pets, so make sure to listen to the Pet Buzz.
This week on the show, pet trendologist Charlotte Reed and Dr. Michael Fleck will have more celebrity pet news, global pet news. Dr. Fleck with Flex Facts, Tell Me Something Good, plus more great interviews.
That's this week on the Pet Buzz, enhancing the bond between pets and their people.
Listen to the Pet Buzz every Sunday at 11 on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Cafe Latte offers made-from-scratch soups, salads, sandwiches, and mouth-watering desserts. So come check out their pizza and wine bar, or get a treat from the bakery made fresh daily. Plus, you can still do online ordering and takeout, along with gift cards. Just go to cafelatte.com and choose from their ever-changing selection of award-winning salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cafe Latte is located off Victoria and Grand and online at cafelatte.com.
Escape to the natural beauty of nature at the We Are the Medicine Black Moon Gathering event May 19th through 21st at Champion Valley in Lakeville. This wellness gathering offers a safe space for interactive education, healing, and relaxation in nature. And connect with others while respecting the sacred land. Join the supportive community by camping at the We Are the Medicine Black Moon Gathering May 19th through 21st at Champion Valley in Lakeville. Tickets at edgemagazine.net.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
I am very happy to be able to say that we've been selling tickets to our special Dave Schrader event, August 18th through 20th, over at the haunted, beautiful, wonderful Anderson House in Wabasha, Minnesota. We created this event so that you have a unique opportunity to have close-up time with Dave Schrader, investigate with him, listen, as Adam and I were just talking about in the last segment, having all of this like paranormal mind talking to you, breaking down stuff and going through evidence with you and having a really good weekend and a good time. And we're really excited. We are selling tickets, but there are plenty of tickets left. So feel free. We're selling tickets over at charvinity.com. Go to charvinity.com. Go at the top. There's events. Scroll down for Anderson House Weekend with Dave Schrader. Honestly, we're going to have a great time. And if you sign up, if you get a hotel room Friday the 18th through Sunday the 20th, like checking out the Sunday the 20th, you will get Thursday night for free at the hotel room. And that's going to be a little bit of a fun time, kind of a little bit of an unofficial event, if you get my drift. So definitely worth your time. Definitely, if as Adam said, being a fan of Dave Schrader and whatnot, I mean, if you are a fan, this is an incredible opportunity to go to a place that Dave has not investigated before, which I think is a pretty big deal. I mean, he's been to a lot of great places in Minnesota, had a lot of great events, a lot of great places all around, but he has not been to the Anderson House before. So it's a new experience for him. And that's a lot of fun when you're seeing people investigate new locations for the first time. So definitely go to charvinity.com. Go to events and scroll down for Anderson House Weekend with Dave Schrader. Get your tickets. Then we'll give you a code to call up the Anderson House to get the hotel room. And we're running out, but we still have plenty, if that's not an oxymoron. But the thing is it's going to be a great weekend. So I hope anyone who's thinking about it, get your tickets. It's going to be fun. Now, if you are missing Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bach, and we replay these episodes every Saturday night at 8 p.m. And you can also listen to them anytime by going to Spotify or iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. We're all over the place. So please go listen to the shows, listen to the old ones. Listen, especially last week when Shar came in and she guest hosted for me, and they had Maria Shaw, and they have an event today. Definitely go and listen to that, because there's so much information, so much wonderful information to glean from that. You definitely want to check it out. And if you can, please leave a review for my show. I would really like to know that people listen and they like it. If you don't like it, well, then, keep that to yourself. But if you do like it, you can definitely go check it out. And Adam, I hope to see you there in August. I understand it may not be possible, but
with school starting up about that time, or the end of Morgan's break, and that's my daughter, by the way, Morgan, I'm going to attempt it, because they don't start until after Labor Day. Now I'm not, and it's like, oh wait, that's right.
Yeah,
I could be able to scurry the wife and I away for this, and we can leave our daughter with her grandfather.
That would be fun. It would be great to see you there. And
it would be fun. And not that I'm a communications major or have a degree in marketing or anything, but maybe Dave, never been here before, should probably be like, your headline.
I never even thought about that till now. When I said it, I never even thought about that. It's like, wait, he's never even been to the Anderson House.
That's a perfect billing. Investigate a place for the first time with Dave Schrader's first time as
Yeah,
well.
no, I'm going to definitely do that. No. Well, I mean,
I only take 10%.
I was an advertising person, as you know, but I mean, I'm out of work, so clearly I don't know it very well.
You slept that off during the day.
I was asleep that day when they talked to you how to sell stuff. So before we get to your experience, and if we end up having to break it up in segments or however you want to do it, I want to make sure we hear the whole thing. But just real fast, kind of following up what we're talking about with the Hans Holzer stuff. Hans Holzer, first of all, wrote a lot of books. But the ones I am currently having my queue on my Kindle is In Quest of Ghosts, The Ghost Hunter. They're actually, if I recall, this was before my illness. They were very inexpensive to get on Kindle, if like $3 or something like that. So for those of you who are interested, and this is old school, this is old school stuff, which I love. And when I was last on, we had Chris McKinnell on, who is the grandson of Ed and Lorraine Warren, and I showed the Demonologist book, and that's a great book also. And that was way back in the late 70s that was published. And then I'm also reading, let's see, what is this called? See if I can get it up there. Whoops. How does Grandpa use a Kindle? Children of the Greys, which is a story about abduction of this man who's had been alien experiences since he was 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
So it's a great book. And then also real fast to kind of close the loop here, I think, Adam, the book that you had been talking about, Haunted Heartland.
Yeah.
That is written by Beth Scott and Michael Norman.
Yes.
And it was first published way back in 1992.
Okay, yeah.
And, I think, in my opinion, those are the books to read because so much has changed now, and I think it's become so commercialized in the paranormal. Not to say that the books are bad now or anything, far from it, but you're looking at it from almost a very unique and individual perspective when you're reading books that are prior to like 2005, I think.
Yeah, because after when did the shows start? About 03, 04.
Something like that, yeah.
And I know I've admitted it begrudgingly on this show, but the first ones I ever saw really were Most Haunted.
Sure, yeah.
And watching those, here was my mindset watching those. The European locations are super cool looking, but Derek Acora is really just writing a short story.
Yeah.
And I after watching a couple seasons of those, it just kind of became let's see what cool castle they're at this week and kind of not pay attention to what Derek was saying.
Right.
But, and I will say though, watching one of their lives, I know I saw something.
Yeah, no, and Derek has been gone now for a number of years.
Yeah.
He's been gone for like 6 years or something.
And then you could definitely see the change of the show though when David Wells took over.
Now, is Yvette Fielding on that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yvette and Carl Beatty.
Got it. Oh, Carl, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got a different show out that's YouTube only. And it's fascinating.
Yeah,
to say the least.
That's what happens when shows get canceled.
Yeah.
And then it worked well. I don't know if you were paying attention to Destination Fear.
I'm a big fan of those kids, honestly, and I'm good for them.
They broke it out for those who don't know. Destination Fear being on this Travel Channel Discovery Plus, they were canceled. Whatever. There's a big brouhaha around that, but it doesn't matter for this. They set up basically a GoFundMe or whatever it was. And their goal was to raise $65,000 to make more episodes. And they reached about $350,000, something like that.
They got like 350. So what they're saying is they're going to do like 10 US locations and at least 3 international locations and be able to get a couple of seasons out with this cash. And Dakota Layden actually just posted a video the other day. They're editing episode 1, which is supposed to drop sometime next month.
And honestly, folks, for those of you who have ever worked in television and stuff, all the stuff they want to deliver for $350,000, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot for that kind of money, because it seems like a lot of money, but it actually isn't.
No, not when it comes to the time and the travel with these guys. And, their gas ain't cheap. Neither is renting the Winnebago. to go wherever they're going. But, good for them. I actually was a fan of the concept of that show. Sure. Where you split off, you search the places, then you don't know where you're sleeping that night. And that was the other one with the Nick Groff, Katrina Weidman show where they slept at the location.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that aspect because with a lot of the shows, they're in and out in a 12 to 8 hour span.
Absolutely. Now, Adam, how do you want to do this? Do you want to talk about your experience? Do you want me to push that back to the next segment so that you have time to breathe, if you will?
You know what? We got 2 minutes left in this. I say we just wrap this one up and talk about that in the last segment because I do want your opinion on what myself and my roommates saw, heard, and what had happened leading up to where we brought in the goth kids with the Ouija board.
So should we end this segment early then?
Man, might as well. We've only got about a minute left. So
let's do it. So when we come back, we're going to talk about Adam's experience. We've been wanting to talk about this for a while. And then I want to wrap up with saying farewell to a friend. You're listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950.
Hi, this is Chad from AM 950. Snap Construction is arguably the most well-reviewed roofing, siding, window, and insulation contractor in the metro. Ryan is so excited about working with AM 950 and our listeners that he wants to help us grow.
This is Ryan, owner of Snap Construction. I was friends with Chad long before I started marketing with him. I was a bit skeptical of radio advertising before Chad convinced us to run ads. The advertising's been so successful, we want to help the station grow. We've absolutely loved working with the listeners of AM 950, and we all know how extremely important this radio station is to the community. To help AM 950 grow, Snap Construction will be putting up proceeds to assist the station in marketing on social media. Snap Construction encourages you to follow, engage, share, and interact on the AM 950 social media platforms. Together, we can all work to ensure AM 950 continues to thrive and grow in our communities. We stand by our work with a lifetime craftsmanship guarantee. For a free estimate or more information on our financing, call 612-333-SNAP or check us out online.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Tune in this Saturday morning right here on AM 950 for the Gardening with Joy and Holly radio show from 7 to 8 a.m. We'll be discussing mosquitoes on your property, how to keep them away, what to do with them, and how to deal with them, as well as the world of beans, bush beans, pole beans, and hardshell beans. Our guest is Christy Purifoy, new author, and we'll answer your garden questions. That's all this Saturday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. right here on AM 950. Tell a friend and let's grow together.
Consumer Reports published their 2023 Best Vehicles Report, and Toyotas from Rudy Luther Toyota dominate the list again. The Corolla Hybrid, the Corolla Cross, and the Camry all top their best value new cars categories. The Camry Hybrid, the Highlander Hybrid, the Corolla Hybrid, and RAV4 Prime all ranked as best green choices, and my personal favorite, the Toyota Sienna, also ranked in the top of its class. Toyotas are not only gorgeous, they're best buys. Test drive one today by going to Rudy Luther Toyota, 5 miles west of Minneapolis on 394.
And welcome back to Ghostbox Radio. My name is Greg Bach, and thank you very much. Boy, did I miss doing this. It's been a lot of fun today, just chatting about stuff. So thank you all for joining us. You know, one of the things that we wanted to do was share some information, share some interactions, spirit interactions. And Adam, we've been talking about you sharing something for a while now, and would love to hear what had happened to you.
All right. So this isn't my very first paranormal experience, but my first paranormal experiences that happened in Minnesota.
Got it.
Once I moved up here. And the ones I rely on the most, because I was 21 at this point and was aware of everything going on. I wasn't drinking or smoking at the time. So I moved up to Minnesota September 18th of 2001 and got an apartment at the Cinnamon Ridge Apartments in Eagan, Minnesota. I'm not going to give away what building or what apartment number it was.
Sure.
But we were a third floor apartment with a balcony facing the parking lot. And on the other side, we had a balcony facing other buildings. When I first moved in, I was the first roommate there, unpacked my stuff, turned on my stereo, took a shower because it was a long road trip up. But some point in between me turning on the radio and hopping in the shower, all the lights all of a sudden got turned on in the apartment. So when I got out of the shower and changed clothes, it's like, oh, I wonder if one of the other roommates showed up. I was in the shower or whatever, went back through, flipped off the lights, didn't think anything of it. The other roommates show up. We all introduce ourselves to one another, so forth and so on. The next day we all go to school. We come back. I'm the first one back at the apartment, and there is a noise complaint hanging in our doorway. Open it up, and it's like, loud banging and things like that. So the people downstairs had called the rental office about a noise complaint. Well, nobody was home all day, so I didn't think much of it. 2 days later, one of the other roommates is the first one home, and he comes home to a noise complaint.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, whatever. Apparently this person doesn't understand that, we've got to be up and moving at 7:45, 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Go downstairs. I talk to the downstairs neighbor. She's like, no, this is happening midday when I'm trying to sleep because I work nights. And it's like, okay, there's nobody there. Maybe it's one of the other apartments. So a few days go on by. We don't have any more noise complaints. But I end up switching from living in a room with a guy named Mike because he snored and it sounded like a chainsaw, to living out in the living room, sleeping out there because I could not sleep. And facing the balcony that faced other buildings, I would see these 3 giant blue lights, almost like clockwork, every night come through the balcony window into where this fireplace was and the wall to the master bedroom where our other 2 roommates, Leonard and Jeremy, were at. It's like, okay, that's got to be a car. Look out the window. There is no way a car lights can get through there. So this was like almost every other night, it felt like, or at least I was up to see these 3 orbs like clockwork go through. Well, we're there about a month. The noise complaints have ceased, but the woman still complained that she's hearing stuff in the middle of the day. My roommate Leonard then at one point decides to change up the master bedroom where he and Jeremy have to stay at, because this is collegiate housing. We didn't get to choose our roommates, but I still love Leonard to this day.
Mhm.
We're still best friends. He moves his bedding from where it was in the room up against the wall, up against a window in the bedroom. He would come home from school and then he would find the bed off the box springs every day, and the bed would be messed up.
Wow.
He would fix it, ask the rest of us if we were messing with him. We're like, no, you got here before we did. We all left at the same time. How did we do this? So it would happen constantly. And then probably about 3 or 4 nights after he had moved his bed over, he sees the apparition of an individual in what looks to be an outfit where they're like either construction or they're part of a road crew, because it's got the reflective orange yellow of this apparition that he's seeing. He sees it. He comes running out of the room, screaming his head off. And this is a big dude from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
He's a former professional wrestler, and he is screaming at the top of his lungs. There's somebody in our room. There's somebody in our apartment. We got to get him out of here. He wakes me up, who's sleeping in the living room. He wakes up Jeremy, who's also sleeping in there. There's nobody there. Okay, this is getting weird. We're now seeing people. We've had things moved. What do? We knew there were 3 goth kids who lived in the apartment complex. So what does a bunch of 20, 21-year-olds do? We find the goth kids.
Of course you do.
And they come over with a spirit board.
Okay.
We use the spirit board and we get some sort of communication where we're like, what's wrong? And we get afraid of them spelled out on the Ouija board.
Okay.
And we're like, we're afraid of who? And he says the window. You're afraid of them, and then window. Do you have a name? After a while, we got the name Tim out of there.
Okay.
Okay, the goth kids are done with the Ouija board session. We're like even freaked out more than we were when they showed up. So we all camp out in the living room that night. So the next day we go to school, and when we come back, we're checking the mail. I open up the mailbox, and it's like, okay, here's a bill for college loans. Go figure. You know, we're still in school and we're already getting the bills.
Yeah, of course.
But then we get current resident or Tim ... I'm going to leave the last name out of it.
Sure.
So we take it upstairs and we put it on the refrigerator, you know, with a magnet. It's like, if it's yours, take it. The next day, it's gone. We can't find it anywhere. It's not in the trash can. It's on the floor. It didn't end up under the fridge. It didn't end up under the stove. It's gone.
Wow.
So Leonard and I decide to go to the rental office that evening. We go to the rental office there at Cinnamon Ridge Apartments in Eagan, Minnesota. We're like, hey, we're in this building, this apartment. Has there been anything weird that anyone else has ever reported? Did anything happen in this apartment? Guess what happened about 5 months before it became a collegiate housing apartment? An individual by the name of Tim, again, last name, going to be omitted, jumped out of that 3rd-story window facing the parking lot and killed themselves.
Oh, my goodness.
Once Leonard moved his bed away from the window, guess what stopped?
Did it all stop?
It all stopped. All the activity stopped once he moved his bed away from that window.
So you got to wonder, like, I mean, all sorts of things come to mind.
Yeah, that's why it's like, finally, I can actually tell it to somebody who's versed.
I mean, it's just, but the thing is, it's like, what is it about that Tim needed that to be clear? I mean, is that like residual?
It could easily be, and that was one of the things that popped in my mind was, once that bed was there, it became a trigger object.
Absolutely. That it was like, it just was blocking it from happening every night.
Could be.
So, but what about the three?
The three orbs continued.
That continued.
But the apparitions, the noise complaint, all of that stopped. But the 3 orbs, like clockwork, would happen all the time.
Because I had also wondered, is it possible that there's some sort of portal attached to that window as well?
I never thought about that.
You know, and because what about those 3 orbs, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's just so much that, I mean, there's more than one thing happening here.
Oh, could easily, but, the apparition, things moving, that's what, took our attention. But, the orbs, you're right, the orbs did continue.
Yeah.
But that was it. The noise complaints ceased. No more seeing Tim. Leonard wasn't freaked out. Jeremy wasn't freaked out. Mike never noticed anything, who was the other roommate, the guy who snored all the time. He never noticed a thing.
Of course.
But the 3 of us, 2 guys from Wisconsin, one of which being a former wrestler, and me, we were just like, what is going on?
So all of you listening, let us know what you think. If you're okay with that, Adam.
Absolutely.
Let us know what you think, and let us know what if you have any thoughts, because these are just, these are thoughts. I mean, I don't think there's a way that we can quantify right or wrong, but what an incredible story, and it has a definitive end to it.
Yeah, that was the thing that got me was once Leonard moved his bed,
it all stopped.
Yeah.
Before we head off, I do want to quickly just say goodbye to a good friend of mine who passed away last week. Incredibly talented medium, Meg Mahoney, who has battling health issues for a while. She didn't suffer fools gladly, and nor should you in this field. You should be able to stand up for what you believe. And she was kind-hearted, wonderful person. And she is going to be very, very, very missed. Thank you, Meg, for everything you've done for me. That's it from us this week. We'll see you all next week. Take care, everyone.